A Duxbury mother who was charged in the deaths of her 3 children remains under suicide watch in the hospital tonight, one day after her attorney entered a plea of not guilty. Here to share his thoughts tonight is Dr. Manuel Pacheco, a psychiatrist at Tufts Medical Center. Great to see you, doctor, as always. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, we appreciate you, doctor. So we saw Lindsay Clancy for the first time yesterday, arraigned via Zoom from a hospital bed. A lot of people have a lot of opinions on this case. They speculate. Why?
Therefore, she had to strangle each of them.
Well, Maria, it's because it's an unthinkable tragedy, and people, as I had a strong reaction when I spoke to you the last time, everybody's internalizing that, and everybody can understand how awful this is, and they're trying to make sense of what happened. And the tendency is to try to find a reason why and to blame somebody. And I want to caution people that we don't really know much about this case. Other than what actually happened, but a lot of the circumstances leading up to the case we don't know, so it's important not to prematurely render an opinion. What I can say is that in this situation, unfortunately, the mom was left alone with the kids for a short amount of time, and what I can tell people is, if you have somebody that you care about, that you're worried about, pay attention to that concern. Don't leave people by themselves if you don't feel comfortable, and you have to pay attention to that. And that's not blaming Mr. Clancy at all. Right. That's just advice.
And I'm going to set up the next question by saying this. Let's be clear that you have no personal or professional connection to this case. Let's be clear about that. But yes, in general, is it possible to predict when or if someone may have is psychotic the correct term, a psychotic break or attempt suicide?
Well, those are two different things, but predicting suicidal behavior is actually one of the most difficult things in the complete practice of medicine. And in my personal experience over 22 years, some people that you think that you need to have them put into a locked psychiatry unit for observation, they've lived for like 30 years and die of natural causes, and some people that you would never expect, there were no warning signs, and they successfully complete suicide. So it's very difficult to predict. What the important thing is to get treatment. And in this situation, there's been a lot of things said about this patient's treatment that we have no idea what's accurate or true. What I can say to you is treating psychiatric illness is no different than any other medical diagnoses like high blood pressure and high cholesterol. In both of those very common conditions, high blood pressure and high cholesterol, everybody knows that sometimes you try different medications, you might get a side effect. Sometimes you increase the dose to a very high dose and it doesn't work. So again, I told people last time that it's not always going to be easy and a quick fix, but you need to get into treatment. But I want to destigmatize mental illness in terms of it's just like any other kind of medical illnesses, that it takes time and it's difficult sometimes.
Doctor, you've said a lot of times 988 is the number to call if you're in crisis and you need help. Are there other options that you can share?
Yeah, like I said last time, Maria, I'm like a broken record. So the thing is that the ER, the emergency room, is open 24 hours a day, 365 days a week. We don't turn anybody down, regardless of their insurance or anything like that. I mentioned before about if you're worried about somebody, don't leave them by themselves. You should rely on your family members and people that love the person and care about the person. And you can talk to your primary care doctor. The most important thing, again, and Ed, I appreciated it the last time, you're not alone, okay? We have people on standby waiting to help you. We're never going to surrender, and just come on in.
Dr. Pacheco, great to see you as always. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, doctor. Stay well.
Take care.